Guys, Negative Hybrid here. I've got some tips to help people out with their performance in DayZ that I would like to share. I've done quite a bit of Googling on things that may help. I don't know. These are the things that work for me for reals. You know, I've heard of core unparking and many other things, and I honestly didn't notice a difference when I did those things. But the things I've done, I really noticed a major difference. I mean, look at the game right now. It looks gorgeous. I love it at this graphics setting. When I was playing it low and it ran like crap, I was so depressed because it looked so bad. Like, it wasn't enjoyable. And now, I mean, I'm running it at the highest settings and it looks amazing and it's really fun to play. I set like about 40 hours or more playing this game, and I played at low for like the whole time. I mean, I just discovered these things a day or so ago. So let me show you my settings. In video, I do not run VSync. I think that causes major input lag. Textures, very high, with video memory on auto. Quality, I have everything on very high. Rendering and aliasing disabled because I mean, you could see the edges. I don't see any crappy edges. The alpha coverage for the plants, I mean, it makes a difference, but to me, I don't really care. Edge smoothing, SMAA very high versus FXAA very high. I cannot tell you the difference. To me, they look the same. I didn't notice performance difference either way. And with it disabled, I didn't notice any gain either. HDR quality low, that's the highest setting. Ambient occlusion disabled. Post-processing quality disabled. Bloom and rotation blur also disabled. Just personal preferences. I think they affect performance. I'm not sure. I think one of them makes you blurry. My field of view, this is 90 FOV. I had to go in the config and set it myself. If anybody's interested, I'll post on how to do that. I usually run in first-person perspective because I just like the immersion. But I'm just showing you. I used to run in the cities and like I would chug so hard. I mean, as you can see now, it's like it's very smooth. I know I have good hardware, but I mean, this will help other people. You know, your settings may be lower, but it will still help you run smoother. Alright, I'm going to move on to what I've changed in the config and the launch options. Alright guys, what you're going to do is go into your user folder, your documents, and the DayZ folder. And then you will open the config with Notepad. Mine's already assigned to it, so I don't have to do it. I just double click it. I enlarge the text so you guys can read it. The things that I've noticed that make the biggest difference are these right here. GPU max frames ahead equals 1. I did 0 and 1. Honestly, I haven't measured my FPS, but it seems like 1 just smooths things out. I've tried 2, 3, and 4. It just seems like it caused more lag. I'm sure there's people that, you know, they know exactly what it does and can educate me. But to me, 1 works best for my 780. I know in the NVIDIA control panel, the max you can do is, the lowest you can do is 1. So I don't know if 0 causes conflict or it automatically defaults to 1 anyways. GPU detected frames ahead. Anything above 0 to me causes me to get lag like crazy and the FPS to go down. I don't know, you can mess with it. I've tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to like 20, and I don't know, it all causes problems with me. HDR precision. I've done this in Arma 3 and the Arma 2, and I don't know, it makes a difference for me. I know I changed my HDR level in the game. I'm pretty sure this messes with this setting, but I just leave it at 0. I don't know if it causes any difference. And that's it in the config. What you want to do is after you save it, is you right click it and then make it read only. So I don't know if it will change those settings, but I just, you know, just in case. Moving on to your other profiles. You're going to enter in there. You're going to go to your name. You're going to open your DayZ profile. You'll also open that in Notepad. And you're going to want to go down until you get to... It's pretty much down at the bottom. You know, I could have made it easier, and there it is. View distance. This right here, it's changed by the setting in game. Same with this preferred object view distance. These are changed by the terrain quality and the object quality, I believe. But you can change them here, and so you could still run very high but lower the distances. I don't know if it matters. I'm kind of a noob when it comes to these kind of things, but I know that I lowered my preferred object view distance to 1,000 and my view distance to like 2,500, and it made a huge difference. And the quality to me was exactly the same, but I mean things were pixelated, you know, farther out. No big deal to me. But for the settings to stick, I had, when I went out of here, I had to right-click properties and make it read-only also, which I have, you know, left those the way they are because I have a 780. I mean, to me, like, it runs good at the way it is right now. But yeah, you could change those things if you have a different video card and you notice, you know, you have problems and you still want the visual quality that you have. So moving on to the launch options. These are ones that, I mean, are highly disputed, and I've researched quite a bit. I've done major Googling and looked up the Bohemia Interactive wiki, and, you know, nothing really says if they really affect anything, but to me, all these things combined have made a major difference, and my game is completely different. Other people can post and tell me how it is for them, and I guarantee you'll at least notice some difference in some kind of variation of what I've got. Alright, so your CPU count. I have a AMD 8 core, so I run it at 8. X threads. Supposedly, this is based off hyper-threading or how many cores you have. I'm not sure exactly. I've read a lot of people's different opinions on it. But I run mine at 7. I don't know. I took it out and put it back in. I noticed a slight performance gain. Somebody said it prioritizes the cores better. To me, I don't know. Your max memory. I have 16 gigs of RAM. I run at 8192, but it is a 32-bit application, so I don't think it's using more than 2 gigs anyways, but I just have it at that just in case. High is so it runs at high priority. It doesn't work. You need process Lano for it to, you know, actually go high. I just left it in there. I don't know why. No splash. It just doesn't show a splash screen when you boot the game. Max video RAM 3072 because my 780 has 3 gigs of RAM. You want to set that to your RAM of your video card. No benchmark, just in case the game's running any benchmarks when you launch. This disables them. No logs. It doesn't do any logging in the game. I don't know if those matter at all. I have not removed them and added them back. I mean, there's just things that people posted that they said increased performance, and I just threw them on there. You saw my gameplay. The game looks amazing, and it runs great. So some of the variations of these may work for you. Just make sure on the CPU count, if you have AMD, it's your exact core count. So 6 core, 6, 6. If you have a Intel 6 core, it'd be 12 because you have hyper-threading. And this, from what I've read, 7 is the max value. I don't know if it is. I don't know if you can go higher. I have not really done like maximum testing and benchmarking, but I was just showing you guys what works for me. I mean, I showed you the game. Post your opinions, and I mean, maybe if you got some other tips, just let me know. And there we go, guys. I hope it increased your performance.